Praveen, who cleared PMP recently. So first, congratulations, Praveen. You did the good job.
Thank you. Thank you, Shri.
Okay, great. So how many days back you cleared the exam?
Uh, I gave the exam on Friday, 2nd of May.
2nd of May, at least a couple of days back.
Yes.
I believe you feel a bit relieved, relaxed right now.
Oh, very relaxed.
So how many hours a PMI take to issue a certificate?
Okay. See, I heard from people that I'll get the result immediately. So
Mm-hmm.
when I clicked on submit, I was actually waiting for it on my screen. I
Mm-hmm.
said, people said, no, that's not how it works. You have to go out. You have to surrender everything. Then they'll give you a sheet of paper saying
Yes.
whatever it is. So I went out, I took the paper.
Okay.
Yeah, there were people waiting. So I was in a kind of, I was like, no, I don't want to wait. I want to look at the result immediately.
Right now,
Yeah.
I paid $500. Guys, show me the results.
So it took 5 to 7 minutes, but yes, they called my name. They gave me the paper.
Nice.
It's wonderful. Good.
Nice. Good to know. So, Praveen, what I hear from you is in the exam center,
Mm,
once you complete 180 questions in 230 minutes, the screen shows something called a reviews or a feedback session, feedback,
right.
which you have to give
Right.
feedback to PMI. So,
Yes.
you will fill those buttons and
Mm,
you have to submit that application or that
yes.
screen.
Yes.
Once you submit from the exam block, you walk out to the reception of the office. In the reception, men or women, they print out and then they give a sheet to you.
Yes. And everywhere you go out, come back from a break, they will check your ID. If I say ID, it is a passport.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a passport, everybody, please carry it. That is the easiest way. They'll
Ah,
check your passport everywhere you go out, come back from a break, they'll check it.
okay.
They would even ask you to, frisk yourself. My center was very strict, very strict.
Which city it is, Praveen?
Hyderabad, India.
Hyderabad. So what do you mean by this? What they do this?
They say, okay, you coming in. First, they'll ask you for your ID. You give your password, they'll check your face, they'll check the ID, or they'll say, okay. Then they even ask me to show my ears. I have to show them my ears that there is nothing in my ears.
Oh,
And they
headphones.
say,
Headphones.
yes, absolutely nothing.
Look like it.
I
Look like you have to go to ENT and go for the.
Trust me, in the airport, it was a lot more easier than these people.
Okay.
They'll
A bit
say sleeves, you can't even, pull up your sleeves. You have to take your sleeves. You have to
yeah.
show them your collar.
Callers. Okay.
It was, but again, it's nice. They maintained everything strict
Yes.
and no noise. I
Yes.
carried cotton because I'm used to keeping cotton in my ears while giving the exam.
Ah.
They did not allow the cotton also.
But they'll give a earplug.
Yes, they said throw away the cottons. We will give you new earplugs.
Okay.
They gave me new earplugs. They did not even allow the handkerchief, even my hanky. They did
Uh-huh.
not allow it. They said put everything in the locker.
Ooh.
So if anybody you're trying to carry your purse, your watch,
Mm.
even your handkerchief, forget about a book because it is clearly written there. You can't sit down and read books.
In the center.
So in the
Mm.
center, so don't carry anything. Just carry a passport
Mm.
and go to the exam. That's all.
Carry the confidence with you.
Yes, confidence is there. uh, it was good actually because see, as you always say, uh, believe in your preparation, believe in
Yes.
your hard work, move forward. I carried that, but the first 60 questions I took about 81 minutes.
Wow, that's a good time.
Uh, no, the problem there was in all the mocks, I keep a stopwatch beside me. I will
Mm.
not take anything beyond 73 minutes.
Mm.
So in the main exam, I was using the highlighter and the strikeout. I was
Um,
using these things and I was not used to it. So maybe I put in some extra minutes there
okay.
and
Okay.
it went up to 81 minutes. I started to panic a bit because I was not used to it. 73, 75 was my target.
That's a range.
Yeah,
Mm.
80, 81 it touched, started to panic.
Okay.
Took a break, and I was doing breathing exercises because I panicked. So I said, okay, fine. Let us go
You
forward
mean
and
the break you came out and you start
breathing
inhale,
exercise.
exhale. Good. Actually, you have to do it. You need more oxygen.
Little of panic, and I let the pressure get to me. But
Okay.
before they also, anyone who gave the exam, I spoke to a couple of them. They said, trust your practice,
Mm,
believe in yourself,
mm,
give some break to your mind. Please don't keep on reading. These are the same things which you told in the last 2 weeks. I was
mhm.
there last 2 Sundays. Give
Okay.
it. So by max by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the day before your exam, leave the
Stop
book.
reading. Yeah.
Don't go. I went for a walk in the evening. I
Hmm.
was going blank. I was thinking of the topics. I was trying to coordinate what is this diagram, what is that. I was
Mm.
going blank. It's okay. It's the pressure. But people said, believe in yourself. You have worked for it. Please go forward. It'll come back to you. And yes, it did. Second and third slots of 60 questions, I was able to pull it. I
Okay.
was able to manage the time. And
Mm.
by the time I went to the last break, I had 90 minutes and 60 questions to complete. So
Hmm.
I was back. I was back into
Yeah,
my
yeah. Nice.
normal.
Nice. Huh?
So second slot was the time frame which I pulled up fast.
Mm.
Again, as I said, whatever you try to read the question, look for the words, the important things, and I stopped using the highlighter there. I tried to save some time. What I did was I only used to strike off the answer which was wrong. So two answers left. Look at the question one more time. Read those two answers. Look for the
So,
words.
one understanding for benefit of everyone. When you say
Yes.
strike off,
Mm.
uh, do they have this icon, strike?
You
Just
you put the cursor there. You
okay.
drag it, as in you select it.
My question is,
Mm.
usually when you go to PowerPoint or any tool, I have to
Mm.
go to a menu. In the
Yes.
menu, there is a strikeout option. I have to choose a
Yes.
strikeout and then
Yes.
bring the cursor and then strike it.
Not exactly. You don't have to do it twice, just once. Just highlight it. And
Okay.
if you select highlighter, it'll go to highlighter yellow. If
Okay.
you highlight it, you select strike, it'll say straight away strike it. You don't have to
Ah,
go back and forth.
very good. That's one info. Other thing is there's a highlighter, strike. These all icons available on the screen.
On the top, on the screen itself.
On the
And
screen, straight.
when you go to the exam in the first 5 or 10 minutes, they
Okay.
will make you sit before the screen. They will say, they'll click on start.
Hmm.
Exam will not start immediately. It will be
Hmm.
all these rules and regulations saying
Education. Hmm.
your break will come here. After 60 questions, it'll ask you for an optional break. Look
Hmm.
at this option. You can highlight it. Look at this option. You can strike it. You
Hmm.
want to go back, click on this option. Go forward, click on this option. So it's hardly 5 or 7 minutes. You
Nice.
keep clicking next and you
Okay.
close all those screens, and then your exam will start.
Nice. And thanks, Praveen. It helps a lot for the people listening here
No problem.
because strikeout is a good option, which will help them to remove that elimination technique, right? That
Yes,
helps. That's a good point.
yes, yes.
Good to know.
So
Good to know.
good. So last slot I had what, 90 minutes, 60
Mhm.
questions as usual. I closed it in 75 minutes. I got 15 minutes left. But I know a lot of people will have this saying that no, I want to go back and review it.
Mhm.
Yes, you have an option to do that. You can highlight it or you can say review later. While in the end, after the 60 questions, you'll come to a screen. There will be an option saying review later. You can select it, you can review it also.
Mhm.
But I am one of those kids, no, I don't want to go back and review because in the exams, it does happen that, you select something right, you go back, review it, and make it wrong.
So for
So
you, done is done. Over.
done is done. So if I want to spend 30 seconds more, I'll spend on that question, I'll close that question, and I'll move forward. I'll not go back.
Okay, that's a good strategy you followed. Nice, looks good, right? You 80 minutes, then in between you pick the speed, so you had
Right.
a 90 minutes at the end. That worked. But I observed one thing you say, when you got panic, you are able to bring back by taking the break, breathing well. I
Yes.
believe that's a good tip from you.
Yes, because that's the same thing I think a lot of people said. You panic, you let the pressure get to you. That'll
Mm,
that'll take the better of you. You can't do that.
mm.
So be peaceful because trust me if I say this, my invigilator was laughing. She was laughing at me when I was doing the breathing exercises. She said, "Okay, whenever you're ready, please come inside." So it happens. But second set
Okay.
again,
Yeah.
as you always say, you remember you last week also you said sometimes the first section you take time because you have to pull yourself into that speed
No.
or
Yeah.
that rhythm or the momentum you need to catch.
Yep.
Once you catch that momentum, you'll take it forward.
Exactly. That's called anxiety. We have this
Mhm.
anxiety, right? You will feel that pressure in you. Maybe one question, Praveen, since you said about the exam, nice to know. Um, the audience who's listening, this is a video which people watch on YouTube also. Um, how is Agile being discussed there? Because first question to you is, are you working in Agile environment?
No, Shri, I work in a matrix on organization and see, I don't belong to agile. I don't belong to predict. What we
Hmm.
do is we handle things with a bit of both. You could say
Ah,
hybrid.
hybrid
So
model.
I handle projects, but that is where my problem is, and that's why I took time. It
Ah,
took me a month or more, other than all my batchmates. They all cleared in January, February, March. It took me 2 months because
uh-huh.
what happens is I know what is this, but I
Okay.
don't know the terminology you use or the technology. How do
Mm,
you put it in that phase? For me,
mm.
that is the reason knowledge is more important. My manager also has been very supportive. He said, get the knowledge first.
Okay.
If it takes time, take the time. So for
Nice.
me, knowledge was important.
That's
So
nice.
that's
That's
the
nice.
reason I took it.
Good, you said that. Now, when you go to exam hall, we keep seeing this agile, non-agile, predictive, and hybrid also.
Mm,
We're also hearing from the people coming from the exam, the focus were more towards agile and people management. Did you
mm.
feel that in the exam? You felt that?
Yes. People management. See, I am into people management. That is the
Okay.
reason what happens is for me, that particular domain of people, I am a lot more comfortable if you
Mm,
look at process. So
mm,
people, I did it very fast. I see a
mhm.
people question, I'll move very fast.
Ah, nice.
Agile questions, yes. The inclination is more towards agile.
Agile. Ah, okay.
There were predictive questions, yes, but the inclination is more towards hybrid and agile questions.
Model. Okay, nice. Good to know that. Good to know that. And how is numerical part? Any calculations you had?
I did not touch the book or the pen. No, but everything was straightforward. The questions, if you have done in ShriLearning,
Mhm.
yes, it is straightforward. But be prepared for something because uh, they are more interested in putting it on a it's not how do you say this, putting it into practice. They will not
Ah,
use the same words,
ah,
same terminologies. The question which you are looking at, you might have looked at the same question in Sri Learning also,
mm,
but the terminologies, the word or the way they put it across, they want you to think and answer it. So
mm,
you have to just be careful. Yes, it will take some time, it will put some pressure on you, but once you read the question and the answers, you'll know that yes, I've seen this somewhere. So
okay.
put some
Okay.
time to it. And
Nice.
all those tips and tricks that we learn, saying that look for important words.
Mm.
First, find out what is the phase, the project in initiation, where is
Okay.
it?
Nice.
Then where is it? What is it? Hybrid, agile? What is it? Then look for the answer, saying where do you want to go with it?
Perfect.
Yes, all of these things will go into picture.
Great, Praveen. Really happy the way you composed. Maybe one question from my side before I check anyone
Yes.
is having a question. Which book you felt more comfortable read and prepared for this exam?
Shri, frankly speaking, I liked Rita. I, I liked Rita, but again, Agile was something, as I told you, it was not completely new, but I had to figure out a few things.
Ah, okay.
So, but again, I did not leave it.
Mm.
Rita twice, Agile twice. Then the
Agile
last
practice
time,
guide. It's a
yes,
Agile practice guide book. Very good.
Agile
Mm.
practice guide twice.
Mm.
Third time, when I'm looking at it, I just look for the important words and things. Okay,
Oh.
what is the difference between incremental and iterative?
Mm.
When do you choose this? When do you choose that? Or you're presenting things to higher management. In
Nice.
Agile, you use burn up, burn down charts. Rita, as in again, I wanted to understand the options. Now, let us say they're giving me four options.
Okay.
If I know the option, it make my job a lot easier.
Mm.
I looked at, okay, what is the difference between context diagram, scatter
Mm.
diagram, affinity diagram? You know the difference, it will be very easy. You can move forward. You
Mm.
get confused between these things, then I think that's where we'll be lost. So that's what I did in the third time.
Okay. Keywords understanding.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Maybe Praveen, one ask with you. When you say keyword understanding, we have something called a glossary.
Mm.
PMI also has a glossary in the website. Do you think that also will help some people to?
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
After the first time I read the book, because I know in the class you did mention about it. So after reading the book once, I went back to the glossary. I read them.
Nice to know. Good to
Yes.
know. Super good, Praveen. I'm really happy the way you organize yourself reading.
Mm.
That too, you not work in Agile. You took time to get the ground of Agile very well, which is nice. See, it's not rushing to clear the certificate, right? You have
Mm.
to take to your job, apply that.
Right.
So if you don't learn it with the meaning, how do you apply it? It's
Right.
maybe you have theoretical knowledge, but you don't know what to do. So I like the way you approached it, understand in depth, clearly. That's
Right.
really good.
More
Really.
more of knowledge part. It was physically challenging because I am someone who will not sit in a place for 30 minutes. It's very physically challenging. That is one more thing which in the classes, me sitting for 4 hours was highly
Sucks.
impossible. Yeah, that's the reason you never see me on video. I'll be standing up, I'll be standing behind, I'll be walking. It took me a couple of months to, first get and sit down first. Without
Mm,
sitting down, you can't concentrate for the exam. That's
mm.
highly, it's physically and physically, it took me a couple of months. That's the reason I took some time.
Much practical, Praveen. What you say is much practical. That's what for many people here, the focus.
Mm,
Yeah, that too with the lifestyle, with the
right.
office pressure.
Mm.
It's not that easy. Super good, super good. I'm sure your family supported you a lot on your journey.
Yes, very much. Thanks to them.
Nice to know. So it's a team effort.
Yes, it is.
All right, good. Once again, great congratulations for this wonderful achievement.
Thank you,
Um,
Shri.
yeah, let me see if anyone in this group who's listening, you want to congratulate, you want to ask something or request for something.
Hi, Praveen.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Praveen, the for agile topics, the book Rita will not be sufficient to practice.
Rita will be good, but again, if you need complete agile topics, then I think you need to follow the agile process guide. Because out and out, the topics, or I should say the words which they use, agile practice guide is way more good. Rita is good because it is a composite of all three. If you see, it'll
Yeah.
have WBS, it'll have how do you organize your risk based agile backlog. All these
Mhm.
things, it's combined, all three. But if you want, then I think for particularly for agile, you want to go because, as I said, for me, agile was one topic where I wanted to concentrate.
Mhm.
So yes, I
Yeah.
went with that agile book, and that helped me a lot.
That's a good point, Praveen. Even for Rahul Sharma, who is asking this question.
Mm.
I would have said sometime in the class, if anyone new to Agile, you not much a familiar hands-on, would request to read Agile Practice Guide also because it has some keywords, it has some terminology, uh, which is directly coming from PMI. That book is from PMI. Whereas if you work in Agile, you have a flavor of Agile. Yeah, once you read Rita, you start getting the grip of it. When I create a product backlog, in a plan-driven approach, I will do work breakdown structure. My brain can think both. I'm fine. But if you always work in a work breakdown structure, you don't even know what is a product backlog. You may get a question what it is. So when you open Agile practice, get chances are they may go a little more information on that part. In that way, it's more helpful.
Okay.
Good point. Good point. I'm seeing some messages are going for you, Praveen. People are wishing you
Thank
congratulations.
you.
Good.
Hi
Thank
Okay.
you.
Praveen.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
Dirish.
Hi Dheeraj this side. So first of all, congratulations and thank you for building up our confidence also by your experience.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah. So I'm also like similar to you, like working in a non-agile environment, mostly hybrid and a matrix organization.
Mm.
However, I heard you saying that the terminologies and the terms which are used in the you took some time. So can you please elaborate on it at how you make sure that you now remember most of them and actually in fact minimum of required for the exam. So that is a
Okay.
point for me also. I see it as a challenge for me.
Okay. See, when I walked in, somebody referred me to Shri. That is a very good friend of mine. He said he will help you go forward. When I walked in, as you said, I walked in with zero expectations. I did not know how much of I did not even know what a work breakdown structure is. I know about Gantt charts. I know about a few things. I walked into it. It took me 2 months. That's what I said. First 2 months of November, October and November, I was in October batch. 2 months was understanding first what that is. And
Mhm.
sometimes I was only able to read 10 pages in 2 hours. 10 pages, 2 hours, people would straight away laugh on my face. But you have to understand something that, as you said, I'm not from that background. I'll
Mhm.
take time. So people might say 100 things, but I'm okay with it. In the end, I want the knowledge, I want the certificate. So make sure you don't lose your focus. If you're reading for 1 hour, 2 hours, where are you standing? If I show you my preparation chart, you might laugh at it because I even keep the page numbers as to if risk is there. I think it is 34 or 36 pages. If I am not able to read it in one day, I'll read it into 2 days. Let us say 36 pages. I'll make sure that I read 18 pages on day one, 18 pages on day two. So how you manage it, how you plan it, everybody is different. As you
Mhm.
said, I am from operations. Everybody is different. My kind of, taking things inside
Yep.
my mind, it takes time.
Fine. That's fine.
So, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay, but don't lose focus. Don't give up.
Yep.
I read Rita 5 days. Saturday and Sunday, I was reading it
Mm.
just for a change. You don't stop reading. It does happen. People in the class will tell you that Saturday and Sunday they don't read. They come back on Monday. It'll look like an entirely different ball game altogether because you lost it already. So 5 days I used to read Rita. 2 days Saturday Sunday I used to just relax, put my laptop, and I used to start reading Agile. That's how
Mhm.
I managed it. And again, 40 marks questions I gave 9 exams. 60
Mhm.
marks I gave 9 exams. Then it moved on to 180. See, 180 again, you sitting for 4 hours is one of those things where you have to get used to. That is why I gave 9 exams because first I want to practice sitting in the exam. You
Yeah.
don't sit in the exam, how are you going to concentrate? My concentration is out in 30 minutes. I am done. I can't sit beyond 30 minutes. Then how are you going to do that? That is the reason I gave 9 exams. First, sit for 40, then sit for 60. You say, okay, I'm able to sit now. Then move to 180. Then gradually. And even in 180, said, right, you will forget things. People told me the same thing. You will forget things. You can't keep a control or you can't absorb everything. That is where you keep reading. Keep
Yep.
that reading habit. That's the reason I said third time I was only looking for important topics, important words. Okay, PMO, how many PMOs are there? What do they do? Next, what is next? That's it. I
Mhm.
just scanned through it the third time. I did not read the book the third time. So trust your mind and trust your practice. As he says, if you are able to maintain that momentum, momentum is very important. Everyone said, whoever cleared the exam, they said, whenever you are in a momentum, just keep moving forward in that momentum and go write the exam with that momentum. You break the momentum, you wait for 2 months, 3 months, it becomes again very difficult to move back.
Have to get it. Yeah,
I
you're
was
right.
I was afraid. I was afraid
Yep.
because I'll be lost. So I did
Yeah.
not break that momentum. You talk about it. I started in October, man. And now today it is May. So legally I took 6 months, but I'm okay with it because that is the time I take to complete
Yeah,
it.
that's fine. That's fine, Praveen, until it is good for you, right? You don't have to run
Right.
with what people says. Good point, Praveen. To add a little more on that, Dheeraj, for you, I like the point that Praveen said, noting down the key points and reading those key points. I think one of the questions from Dheeraj is, how can I know those terms or what should be known? Dheeraj, if we come from agile industry, non-agile industry, if we have not worked in pure project management in the companies, many terms will be new for me. If I'm going for something called a compression technique, fast tracking, crashing, okay, these are words. If I have not used it, for me, fast tracking is new. I mean, compression technique is new for me. In a question, if I see a fast tracking, I will write down somewhere what is fast tracking and put at least a one liner for it. So what will happen is next time fast tracking comes in, I don't know to search anywhere. I'll at least go back and see it. On top of that, we're living in an internet world. At least if you have a word, I can put the word and search what it is. It'll give you one line for me in Google. That also help me. But as Praveen was pointing out, I'll be interested to note on these keywords when I come close to the exam and learn it. And that'll also help me to remember it when I go to exam hall. Yeah, that's a point.
Thank you.
I
Fantastic.
had
Thank you, Shri. Thank you,
no, no,
Praveen.
no.
Thank you, Shri.
I have
Fantastic.
9 or 10 pages. I think only last day I only looked at 9 or 10 pages because that
Mm.
is handwritten. What is a
Mm.
context diagram? What is a scatter diagram? Just one line. You whatever you understand, you write. That is
Yep.
how I prepared.
Perfect. 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 Good. That's saying first, congratulations, Praveen, one more time. And
Thank
thanks for coming up here. Getting a certificate is not the only goal, right? After getting a certificate, you will think, what is the career growth for me? Or
you.
how can I apply in the net job? So would highly recommend apply what you learned and grow in your career, which is important. Also, what we do in ShriLearning is we have something called the Allied Group. I believe you already joined, Praveen. So
Yes, yes,
Allied
yes.
Group is a place people who are all certified. And these people talk about what to do with the certificate now. Okay, got the certificate. Now, what is next? Should I apply for a job? Should I move to a different country? Should I improve my current position? How to prepare a resume? So this is converse in the group. I would request Praveen to materialize it, or
Sure.
you contribute there. And I would say,
Sure.
come into this ecosystem of ShriLearning and let your career and life grow better.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you so much because there were times wherein I never expected you to reply to my WhatsApp or I know you will reply, but I thought you will take some time. But considering all these people or all the stakeholders you manage, I thought you will take time, but you always replied to WhatsApp. You were there to support and help. I remember I asked you for a bite once, progressive elaboration.
Mhm.
You helped me with it. Thank you. I think my friend pointed me in the right direction. Thank you for all your support.
Great, great. Convey my regards to your friend and thanks for coming up
Sure.
here today. And good
Sure.
wishes for your success.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Shri. Thanks.
Perfect, great.
Thanks.